Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Good morning, lacrosse. Good morning, St. Louis Park. Good morning, Burnsville. And good morning to you. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Please say hello to my glorious friend, filling in for Kendall, who's somewhere in a jungle. It's Shane Wells, everyone.
Have we checked on her?
I don't know. Have we? Have we checked on her?
She hasn't posted on the gram.
Oh, I did see one post from her on the gram.
Okay.
Yeah. She's
good.
She was doing her pose. You know how I love when Kendall does her poses because she does like, hey, you know, she does a little like stand to the side.
Yeah.
Well, she's up like that,
tilt,
like that.
yeah,
yes,
kinda.
like that.
She's good. She's good.
She's I mean, you know, they're all that whole family's been in pageants their whole life. They know how to pose.
They're quite photogenic too.
They're very photogenic. Those Kendall girls are. Yeah. How you doing?
I'm good. I was saying I finally had a really good night of sleep. I haven't really talked about it much, but we bought a house and we sold our house in like a week.
Oh, congratulations.
But it happened really fast and I don't feel like I slept for a week, and I think I'm finally on the other end of it, so I'm feeling good.
Oh, good. Did you find yourself decluttering a lot? You know, when people move, they declutter. Did you get rid of a lot of stuff?
Like half of our house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kept the kids, right?
No, we sent them to my parents' house. They couldn't be there for this. That's too much. No.
Well, you have a spare. There's get rid of that one. Yeah.
Anyways, a lot of work, but yes, so feeling good now.
So you have a good night's sleep. Mm-hmm. I, however, did not get a good night's sleep. So I have Tuesday night is my girls' night. And we started this before the pandemic, 2018, myself, and you were around then,
yep.
Myself, my buddy, my super special girlfriends, Jen, and then Lisa Lacourcier. We do girls' night for two purposes. Are you ready? One, to escape our spouses for one night a week, and then to try new places. So it's great. Well, and then the pandemic happened, and then it just turned into a cry session. But yesterday was a full-blown, official great girls' night. We tried a new place, Mr. Paul's Supper Club.
So good.
Okay. We got to do a story. What we're going to do, I'm going to visit there for the show.
Yes.
I'll just tell you this right now. One of my new favorite places.
We had the best night ever on our date night there. It was so fun. So did you hit the hurricanes pretty hard, or what got you last night?
Well, what got me was I brought up, we also traveled together, this group. This is kind of our travel group. And I watched this YouTube guy named Trek Trendy. I think that's what his name is. He's British. He has like 300,000 followers. I want to get his name right. Hold on, Shane. But I followed
okay,
this.
we have time.
It's an hour-long show. We're fine. Right, Jeff? We have time. But,
yeah.
Trek Trendy on YouTube. Trek Trendy. He's British, and he does travel vlogs. Now, usually influencers drive me insane because I don't believe them because they're usually paid by what, Anyway, this guy is legit. So he has a video that has like 6 million views where he did a 3-day Amtrak ride from Chicago to San Francisco on the California Zephyr. And he loved it. He said it was gorgeous, it was worth it. So in front of the girls, I said, maybe we should do this.
Oh my gosh, Jason on an Amtrak trip?
Now, keep in mind, the last time I was on Amtrak, you were still here, and the train ride from here to Chicago was such a disaster for us that at one point in Wisconsin, the train stopped and started moving backwards.
You didn't go very far.
No, and then with 3 hours to go, they ran out of food and booze, which you can imagine my mood at that point. So I called Amtrak to complain, and the guy said to me, and I quote, "Sir, are you still on the train?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And he said, "You can't complain until the completion of your trip."
Oh, you must wait.
Which then, you know me, sent me into a further rage. Anyway, so I brought this up to the girls. And Jen, who's a little more picky about travel and conveniences, she was like, she didn't give me a hard no last night. So I was like, wow, Jen didn't say no. I get on the radio today, I bring this up, Jen is unfortunately listening, and everyone starts calling in with train horror stories.
Oh, no.
And then I thought, oh my, so now Jen is not just a no, put your favorite cuss word in front of the no. And that's where Jen is now.
Okay, so that was a quick idea.
Yeah.
It's done.
So
put that away.
People just pee-peed on my train bow. You know what I mean?
Never heard that before, no.
Thank you.
Don't really.
Phil Jones gave that to me. We gotta go. We gotta get going. Let's do the hot dish. Here we go, everybody. I said we gotta get going. The show just started. I'm bummed. I wanted to do
the train on the tracks, Jason. On the tracks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're getting our first look at the trio that will be hosting the upcoming Oscars: Amy Schumer, Regina Hall, and Wanda Sykes. And ABC did a new promo with them. Look at this.
So, ladies, are you ready to host the Oscars?
Yeah.
We're gonna crush this.
We just have to do better than last year's host.
That is the thing. Totally. It is a competition in
I
that
don't
way.
remember last year's host.
God, they must have sucked.
I bet they got canceled.
Trash.
Oh, wait. There wasn't a host last year. Oh. Or the year before.
Wait a minute, come on.
Or the year before.
Oh,
Boom, we're already winning.
we're nailing it.
Give it to me.
Okay.
According to early reports, each host will have their own hour of the broadcast. I don't like that.
Can we back that up? So 3 hours and then one person for each hour?
Yeah.
No, I want them together
Thank
and I
you.
want the show to be an hour.
Okay, well, Shane, I can help you with one of those things.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, not the 1 hour thing.
Okay.
But I'm with you. Why are you having these lovely ladies together when they're not going to be together? The joy will be having them riff between themselves,
Right.
between each other. If you're like, they're funny individually, but then just have one host. You know what I mean? You
It's
have a
false
pair.
advertising.
Well, because like Alec Baldwin and Steve Martin did it one year. They were great because they played off each other. Anne Hathaway, James Franco, not so much.
The bar is low.
Yeah.
So you just have to beat that
But
one.
if you're going to have a combo, let them be together.
Do you still watch the Oscars, like all of it? I know it's kind
I
of a
do.
thing. You kind of
Yeah.
have to.
I do, and I get, it bums me out that that people are not, but they've done themselves no favors. They're nominating movies that you guys aren't watching, and that turns people off right away. And then it gets too political, and in this environment, you can't even say the word president without, people smacking you.
Pretty much.
So that's unfortunate. But I just wish it would be fun. I just want it to be fun. I hope it will be. The 27th of March is when you can watch it over there on ABC. Next in the dish, Kristen Chenoweth was on with Colbert last night, and the two reminisced about the time they met back in '05 on the set of the movie version of Bewitched. Look.
Okay, so I have a story that I don't know if you remember, but I want to tell it because this is the man that he is. On the set, I'm a famous gum chewer. This is embarrassing. Chew and just with my mouth open. And Nora yells, okay, places and getting ready to roll.
Nora Ephron.
Yeah, Nora Ephron. Rolling, and I'm like, smacking away. And he goes, gum. Do you remember? And I go, oh my God, what do I do? And you, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. And I went, and you took it. I'll never forget it.
Anytime you need.
I would do that for you, Shane.
I don't know. I think
would
you'd be
you?
like, Jeff, will you come get Shane's gum?
That's probably what I would do. Jeff, Shane has gum in her mouth. Can somebody
grab that? I'll get someone to
photographer
get
Eric
your
can
gum for you.
Yeah, exactly. That's nice. I love Kristen Chenoweth. She was so. Did you hear about the last time she was on her show, and she heard voices while talking to me?
Wait, wasn't it people connected to
Yeah,
you?
people connected, like dead people, were like, tell him he's loved. I was like, what?
What were you guys talking about? Not like a ghost.
Her show, her goofy show on Apple.
And she just stopped and told you there's
Some dead
people
person started
communicating?
whispering in her ear, tell the gay guy he's loved. Yeah, not that
Never-
exact words, but yeah.
Never forget that interview.
Speaking of the gays, they were all at Dua Lipa last night. Oh my goodness,
She was
every
here?
friend of mine. She was here last night, and I turned on my Instagram last night, or I turned it on. How old am I?
Oh, what channel did you put it on?
3.
Yeah.
Channel 3 is what
The
you turn
dial.
everything. But I went on the Instagram this morning, and every gay person I knew was at Dua Lipa last night.
And did they like it?
Oh, I mean, the energy coming from Target Center, it was just like, it was crazy. They loved it, yeah. Next on the dish, is it real or is it cake?
What? Elaborate.
Is it real or is it cake? That's the question. The hard-hitting question on a new Netflix baking show. I'm not kidding. It's called Is It Cake? Look at this.
This is a bowling ball, and this is a cake. What?
This show is insane.
You are all here because you are all talented at making cakes that look like everyday objects.
That is cake.
And now, that incredibly specific skill can earn you thousands of dollars.
Wow. Exceptional.
I get to ask the best question ever. Is it cake?
I have won a lot of cake competitions, and I always like to win.
What I do is the weirdest thing in the world. Like, there are people saving lives, and I am making cake look like other things.
Let's keep those squeaks down. I'm trying to play chess over here.
I want to prove to people that I'm the best of the best at what I do.
So good.
Judges, here's how this works. Only one of those cake stands is holding an actual cake.
Oh, wow.
America, we're officially running out of ideas for television shows.
It's over.
Yeah, and if the host looks familiar, that's Mikey Day from SNL.
You gonna watch this one, Jason?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably will watch this. I like all those shows.
Well, Jeff said that's big on TikTok, the cake dupes.
I'll turn on TikTok and
give
watch
me
it a
like
little bit later.
30-second TikTok video. I don't need a whole show.
I'll watch it. I'll turn that on later. I don't know how to turn TikTok on. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Back in a moment.
I'll show you.
Thank you. Show me how to turn the TikTok on.
More hot dishes coming out of the oven. Next, Camila Cabello has a wardrobe malfunction and handles it like a pro. Then, we've paired a lot of things with wine over the years, but never Cheez-Its. Leslie Miller returns. And there's drama.
I'm falling in love with you.
And then there's fantasy sweet drama.
Yeah, I'm falling in love with you.
Producer Ted with his penultimate recap of The Bachelor. That and more when we return.
Welcome back. John C. Reilly was on with Stephen Colbert last night. He's in a new series about the Lakers. Actually, that show's getting really good reviews. He plays legendary owner Jerry Buss and talked about getting his comb over just right. And that's our late night rewind.
Right there. Yeah. Obviously, everyone knows that Tom Cruise does his own stunts. Mm-hmm. Do you do your own comb over?
Oh, well, I had some very talented people helping me with my comb over, but Jerry did his own comb over.
Yeah.
He had apparently like a case of Aquanet at home at all times. And you see it in the show. I think later in the episodes, you see me do it. I show how he did it. But, you know, when we shot the pilot, my hair was not that long, and I didn't have a mustache, and so we just made this little piece, and I put a fake mustache on. But then Corona hit, and we had this long break, and by the time we got back into the season, my hair was like pandemic hair. You know, it was
Sure.
Hello, honey, what's for breakfast? You know, like, and I went in for and I grew a mustache, and I went in for the fitting, and they were like, oh, here's the wig, and I was like, guys, I might be crazy here, but I think I got this. Give me that brush. And I brushed it up and I brushed it over and like pulled it across and I was like, oh my God, I don't need a wig. I have an actual comb over.
It's called Winning Time, everyone. It's on HBO's new episodes on Sunday nights. I'll never forget, there was Oprah did so many makeover shows.
Yep.
But the ones that some of them that I always remember is when she would take guys, and it was like a security blanket. When guys would have a comb, like just a comb over, and it would be like 4 wisps of hair, you know?
Yeah.
But you can never judge those, and you would learn from the guys that it's quick to judge, but it's almost like a security blanket. They think it looks better than no hair at all, but then the styling experts would come in and then just get rid of it. They looked so much better. And then they were like, oh, okay. But it is like that little.
You got to hold on to that last little bit.
Yeah,
Make it work.
It's like a little whoopee. It's like a security blanket. But I miss Oprah makeovers.
You miss all Oprah.
Well, I do, but I really miss the makeover shows.
That's number one.
They did such good makeovers over there. Oh, they're so good. Like there was one woman who had hair. It was like Crystal Gale times 2. She had hair down
Crystal
to her.
Gale?
Crystal Gale's a legendary.
Sorry.
Audience, I'm just gonna go right past
somebody
it.
else asked this question at home.
Really?
You know? Well, yes. Yeah.
Somebody out there.
Right?
Crystal
You?
Gale's a legendary country music star. Tanya Tucker era. She had hair down to her, like, knees.
Okay.
Anyway, and this woman had hair down to, and she hadn't cut it in like 30 years.
Ooh.
And Oprah cut it. They cut it right there live on the show. It's fantastic.
They should have checked in with her in like a month to
Yeah.
see because you're right, that's a security blanket.
That's a
for her
security
as well.
blanket, yeah. Next in the dish, Leslie Jones was on with Seth Meyers last night. He asked her about the Winter Olympics because, you know, she loves the Olympics and cold weather sports just in general. Look at this.
I mean, I love the Winter Olympics because I love the Olympics, but none of that. None of that. Like, I don't wish to jump off a mountain of snow. I don't wish to go down a hill, especially with that tree out there murdering everybody. I don't wish to get into a go-kart on sled, like a sled cart. I don't wish to do none of that. But I do wish to watch them.
Yeah. What about the luge? Is the luge what you mean? Or is that, what about the luge?
Luge, booge, cooge, all that. I'm not doing none of it. It involves blades and a tunnel. No, thank you.
So that means hockey's out.
Yes, especially because you get your fingers cut off and then the puck just flying everywhere. Do you see hockey players never had no teeth? No.
Blanket statement.
She's not wrong, though. I mean, it is a blanket generality, but there's always one or two missing. Yeah.
How about you? What winter sport would be your choice?
None of them.
No, you have to pick one.
If I have to,
Yeah.
snowshoeing. I've done that. You signed me. I think you signed me up for it.
Probably.
I have now done, and this season I looked at photographer Eric, who's been with us since just like you since the beginning. I have now officially done, I think, basically every winter sport for the show, and I just have to come to the conclusion that I do not like winter sports. I don't like being wet and cold.
We shouldn't be wet.
I get wet though.
Okay.
I'm not
sweating?
wearing.
Is it?
No, it's just a bad preparation.
Improper gear?
Improper gear.
Okay,
yeah.
sure.
I just have to admit, I've tried skiing and every time the minute I get on the skis, I think, why am I doing this?
Have you seen ski figure skating? Ski skating?
No.
Maybe you should try that.
No.
Eric?
No. I'm done. Yeah. No, 7 years is enough. I've tried them all. We're next in the dish. We're just 2 days away from the debut of the new season of Drive to Survive. Y'all love this show. It is a hit following Formula One drivers and all the drama that surrounds them. The trailer just dropped. Look at this.
Formula One is brutal. It can get tough. It can get ugly.
What a race! Amazing!
You can be the hero today, but forgotten tomorrow.
Everybody's different, but the best ones can step up.
We're in this sport to win, and nobody's giving up.
Teams are racing not just for glory, but for hundreds of millions of dollars.
Nice shoes, boy.
The competition is so tough, you just have to be off a little bit to be off.
Bottas in big trouble.
There's so much pressure, we cannot relax.
Verstappen is out of the race, and that's a big crash.
You can change the car. Still, if you don't do the right things, you will not be faster.
Daniel Ricciardo's had a particularly poor start.
Yeah, painful for everyone.
I don't feel sympathy for him. Why would I?
A driver needs to be a lion and a fighter.
Again, this show is a huge hit. I don't need to tell you, you guys probably watch it. The first 3 seasons were hits for Netflix and actually boosted the popularity of Formula One here in America. That's how big.
No surprise.
Yeah, no surprise. So it drops on Friday if you want to watch it. I had to get educated about the difference between what's the difference between NASCAR and Formula One.
What is the difference?
I think Ted told me Formula One is international and NASCAR is just here and you drive in circles or something. Is that it? Yeah, basically.
I think you explained it perfectly.
I think
There's no cheers, but yeah.
And then, because I like Bubba Wallace. He's in NASCAR, right? He's in, yeah.
I don't even know how to respond because I don't know about it.
And I only know Bubba just because I think he's a good-looking guy. That's the only reason I know.
The truth comes out.
Yeah.
He is.
That's the only reason why I know that Russell Wilson was traded to the Broncos.
Wow, look at you and your sports ball knowledge. You're so proud of yourself, too.
Did you turn on Instagram?
What? I turned on Instagram to find that out.
Channel 3 again?
Channel 3 on Instagram. Next up, a reminder to celebrities to check their wardrobe before doing live news interviews. Camila Cabello, you know her. She used to date Shawn Mendes.
That's what we describe her as now.
I'm just saying there's a reference point. Okay. I could say something, but I'm going to be nice. I don't want emails today. Thank you. She's dealing with she dealt with a wardrobe malfunction following an interview with a British talk show. Come back to the TV. Look at this.
My pants because I just had a sandwich and I got to make it easy for myself today.
Love it.
But I think my favorite Bam Bam dance move would be, it's like a, oops, I almost flashed you. Ba-da-bum, bum, 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 bum. Ba-da-bum, bum, bum.
Well, that's how you handle it. I mean, you know.
She keeps dancing.
She does. She was standing up to show off a dance when her shirt kind of opened up. Flashing the camera a little quickly, she went on with the interview and laughed off the moment in a TikTok video saying she should have worn nipple covers.
Yeah, that would have made it better. Just
every day.
Close up shop, Jason.
Every day I wear them. Y'all ain't paying for booba vision here. Next in the dish, more from that Courtney Cox interview with Willie Geist. Anyway, Willie, she revealed something very surprising. You ready? She doesn't remember shooting Friends. Look.
I see it on TV sometimes, and I stop and go, oh my God, I don't remember this at all. That is so funny.
Is that right?
Yeah. It doesn't matter what generation is watching it. It holds up. People can relate to every character. I don't care how big the cell phone is, the computer you can't lift. Life is that way, and you know, if you have a friend group, which is your family.
You know what? You can't blame her. I don't remember what happened last week. Jeff told me something that I read every single day, which I'm getting ready to read again. I asked Jeff about it. He goes, you read the same script every day.
Yep.
Like, right, so she's shooting her, she was on there talking about her new show, Shining Veil, available on Stars. So here's what this is what I read every day that I had to ask a question about. Hey everyone, it's time to meet today's JVIP. It's Judy Plug, or just Lug? Plug. Hi Judy, Plug. Judy says she enjoys watching me try out new adventures like ice fishing, exercising, hitting a ball, and on and on. New adventures like exercising. Hitting a ball. Oh, Judy.
Ice sports.
That's right. Judy gets a Jason Show mug. She's entered to win the monthly grand prize that includes coming to the studio to watch the show, a $150 accessories gift card to Becker Furniture World, and a $200 gift card from Wood House Spa. Hey, before I didn't want to bring the party down at the very beginning of the show, but I just wanted to acknowledge, if you've ever wondered where my phrase comes from at the end of the show, where I say, go out there and be yourself, because nobody can tell you're doing it wrong. I started saying that about 11 years ago when I was one of the co-anchors of a show called The Buzz, one right before me, right before our show, and it was following the death by suicide of a gay teen, Justin Alberg. I was really touched by the story. It moved me. His mother became a friend of mine, and he took his life because he was bullied for just being himself. And I never forgot about Justin. I think about him often, and that was kind of the origin. And I promised myself that there's not a lot I can do other than just come on camera every day and be myself and show kids that are afraid to live their truth, that yes, as cliched as it is, it can get better, and you can stand tall inside yourself and the world, and it will be okay. I'm bringing this up today because today it would have been Justin's 27th birthday. So I just want to say to Tammy and the whole Alberg family, I never forget your son, and I hope my little tribute to him every day has changed some lives. So happy birthday, Justin. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. It is. Now I'm looking at it.
Stop!
No, I can't. I'm just looking at that. Welcome back, everyone. Wine and cheese. It's a natural pairing, right? But what about wine and Cheez-Its? We're about to find out. Thank you. Please welcome back to the show the wine diva, Leslie Miller, everybody.
Wine and Cheez-Its.
Leslie?
Yes.
How much wine were you drinking when you came up with this one?
Well, let me tell you how much wine I had to drink to get to these pairings.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
This is hard.
Did this, now all kidding aside though,
yeah.
Was this like in a food and wine article?
No.
What made you say, I am gonna pair wine with Cheez-Its?
Well, part of my daily diet actually is Cheez-Its.
Seriously?
Yes, I'm obsessed with Cheez-Its.
And I had to bring it to Leslie before the show. Full transparency. I hate Cheez-Its.
Yeah, and I don't get
don't
that.
boo me. I hate Cheez-Its, but I'm gonna try this.
You're gonna try this, okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start with, and by the way, so many people have asked me to do this, and then I scoured the land.
Did they stop you on the street? Leslie.
You know what you should do? They do. They always do. Okay, so this is probably the best Cheez-It on the planet. For me, it is. It's the best. So Cheddar Jack is my favorite. And if you pair that, it took me a long time to find this pairing.
What is this?
This is a sparkling wine from Lemieux, France, and it's super creamy, so you have them together. The bubble kind of breaks up the edge of the Cheez-It. It's not so...
That took a long time to pour into my mouth. Okay. Okay, all kidding aside, hold on, let me... Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Round, creamy.
Yeah.
Like the Cheddar Jack aspect of this, it's so good.
And I will also tell you,
yes.
Forget the wine. I actually enjoy that cheddar, whatever that flavor is.
My gosh.
You may have found a Cheez-It flavor that I actually don't hate.
Yeah, this is a good one. This is a good one.
That's good.
Okay, so, Cheez-Its, they went a little bit bananas with this, and I'm so surprised. I actually think we're the very first people to ever pair actual wines, particular, to Cheez-Its. This is a Jason the Show breakthrough. We're breaking the internet right now.
Is this an exclusive?
Exclusive.
You mean Oprah never did this?
Oh, gosh.
Drew Barrymore ain't doing this?
They should have.
Okay.
They should have.
So what's this flavor here?
So this is Parmesan.
Do you like this flavor of Cheez-It?
I do.
Should I do one or a couple?
You should do a couple.
Yeah, because these are so small. Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay.
So here's what I did. It's Parmesan, Italian cheese. I use that old adage, what grows together goes together. So I paired an Italian wine to Italian cheese. And I gotta tell you, I think I crushed it with this one.
Okay.
Okay, the Pecorino. So this is a little Pecorino, a white, medium weighted, but just really, I think, goes with the cheese really nicely.
You're actually doing this.
I am doing this.
You are doing, that's actually good.
It's really fun, isn't it?
I don't mean to sound like, of course you can do this, but I was apprehensive. I'm like, is this really going to go together? That is actually really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, so again, I use what grows together goes together. If you're having something Italian, pick up an Italian wine, you can't fail.
Okay.
Okay, so white cheddar. I did everything with white cheddar, but the one thing is the white cheddar and Chardonnay, they're crushable. So here's your little Chardonnay. Just a really easy California Chardonnay. Rounder, again, creamier, has kind of some toasty notes to it. The white cheddar and Chardonnay, they're BFFs. It's almost like a classic right here. If you're gonna put classic Cheez-Its and wine together, this is it.
But this isn't the classic Cheez-It flavor, right?
It's not.
Okay.
Yeah, if you were gonna go with classic Cheez-Its, well, we can talk about that when we get to extra toasty, yeah.
So far,
yeah.
I'm loving the white cheddar.
Yeah.
And that first one, the cheddar
jack. Yeah.
Okay.
Those I think are pretty popular. Well, then you have sharp cheddar. Okay. And sharp cheddar, when I think about sharp cheddar cheese.
This is what right here?
Yes. Sharp cheddar cheese and Cabernet together, if you have a hunk of sharp cheddar and Cab actually go together really nicely. So here's a little California Cab for you.
Why?
You know what? There's that note of kind of that sort of peak of the cheddar that makes it not spicy, but a little bit edgy. And I think that sort of like brightness with Cabernet and that little depth and crunch to it, I think is really fun.
That might be my favorite.
Really? Yeah.
Oh, that might be not only the Cheez-It might be my favorite. That combo may be my favorite.
Yeah, that's it. I mean,
Okay.
again, you're kind of thinking outside the box a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, then we get to extra toasty, which seems to be a lot of people's. This is Jeff's favorite.
Jeff who? Oh, executive producer
Our
Jeff. Oh,
Jeff.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. Our Jeff over here.
That one? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
this one. So extra toasty, and you know, it has sort of like that extra crunchy, toastier flavor to it, which I picked up a couple different wines where I was thinking, wow, medium weighted reds maybe in this sector. That and Malbec I thought was really delicious. So if you're a Malbec lover or you're a Tempranillo lover, I think that kind of goes with that sort of, the toastiness there? No.
I don't like the toasty
Maybe just,
flavor one.
yeah, you don't like that flavor. It's more along the original, maybe what you don't like.
It's a little sour,
It does have
which
like,
makes sense.
yeah, okay.
Which makes sense.
Makes sense.
Now it all makes sense.
Okay,
last
so
one.
this last one is the hot and spicy. And really the rule of thumb when you're having something spicier just in food in general is you want something super juicy to kind of take away the edge of the hot and spice. And so I've paired up a fun little, it's a grape called Nero d'Avola. And it's from Sicily, but it's also blended with Syrah. And I think it's like juicy Oompa Loompa, kind of meets this like hot and spicy kind of semi-Tabasco-y flavor. And that's kind of fun too.
I enjoy that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's different.
Favorite.
Okay.
Then that.
All right.
Then that.
Oh.
Then that.
Okay.
That's horrible.
It's because you don't like the original flavor.
That's right.
Yes.
Leslie Miller, everybody. For more information, go to amusewine.com. Cheez-Its are available wherever food is sold. Did Ted really write that?
Thanks, Dad.
Well, of course you know where Cheez-Its are. We'll be right back. Back in a moment. Cheers. Welcome back, friends. I might be a Cheez-Its fan now. Yeah. Not that one flavor, though. The toasty. Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz are having a moment, thanks to the Oscar-nominated movie Being the Ricardos. But this week, I had the chance to watch a new documentary about them, about the pair. And I'm naming it my latest best thing ever. So it's called Lucy and Desi, and it's directed by Amy Poehler. And really what it does is it gives us a closer look at the couple that literally changed TV.
You see, when we worked, we were happy.
I Love Lucy built every episode around that idea of fracture and coming back together. And I think we crave that as humans.
No matter what you've done, I forgive you.
You don't necessarily have to be a funny person to get a laugh. I'm not a funny person.
The show was one of the most wonderful things happened in my life.
We brought the rafters down.
At the core, it's all about unconditional love.
Absolutely. That's the theme of it. Go watch it. Go watch it right now, everybody. It is so good, and it's on Amazon Prime. And really, what it does is it shows you that this couple that we knew, front-facing, we knew them as Lucy and Ricky Ricardo. But this documentary, more than the movie Being the Ricardos, really introduces you to Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz. And you learn so many great things about them. And how quite literally they changed TV. One of the ways is, and I've told you guys this before, Desi right there as he's speaking to the audience, Desi Arnaz created the 3-camera format that every American sitcom uses. And I Love Lucy and Desi created the rerun. They created the rerun. Now, I'm not going to give away all the revelations because I want this to unfold for you the way that it did for me. Because when you get to the end of it, and they have divorced. You know, they divorced in the 60s right after I Love Lucy ended, but they stayed in contact and they really stayed in love. They loved each other until the end. And there's a moment, before we go, I will tell you about this moment. Desi died in 1986, and it really devastated Lucy. You hear her daughter, Lucy Arnaz, talk about how she called her mom and said, "Mom, you know, Desi's gonna go soon. You better call him." And Lucy on the phone said, "I love you, I 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 love you." And Desi says, "I love you too, darling." And then Desi died. 5 days later, this is where I was bawling at the end. 5 days later, Lucy was given the Kennedy Center honors, and she was there, and Desi was supposed to be there. And Robert Stack, who worked for Lucy, Lucy produced his television show, had a note from Desi that Desi wrote for Lucy and said, paraphrasing, you'll see the whole thing, but said, "The New York Times recently asked me how would I divide the success of I Love Lucy between all of us?" And he said, "That's easy. You give Lucy 90% and you divide the rest to the rest of us." And he said, and finally, I Love Lucy wasn't just a title. And the camera cuts to, oh my God, I'm thinking about it. The camera cuts to Lucy in the balcony and she covers her mouth because she's trying not to cry. It was, guys, go watch it. Finish watching the show and then go watch it. Lucy and Desi is available on Amazon Prime Video, and that is my latest best thing ever. You'll love it. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. Back in a moment. Welcome back, friends. Well, it was the night we wait for all season. Fantasy Suite night. That's all right. Last night on The Bachelor, Clayton got to spend some quality time with his final three. Look at this.
I'll just come out and say, like, I'm falling in love with you. I am, and I have been.
You just scared me.
I love you too, Rachel. You know, I've realized that, like, you know, I'm falling in love with you. I am. I really am. And it wasn't just like something I came to today. I had these feelings. I just wasn't allowing myself to, like, admit it because. But it feels really good to be able to tell Gabby my feelings and not hold back any longer and what she means to me. Hey, Gabby, one more thing. I just want you to know that I am falling in love, and it feels so good.
I'd rather sleep with a Cheez-It. Clayton is falling in love with multiple women at the same time, and if only he didn't have to eliminate one, it would all turn out fine. Those were the first two fantasy suites with Rachel and Gabby, but things really heated up once we got to the three-way date. And that, I mean, the date number 3. That episode's not on the American Broadcasting Company. That means it's time once again for America Loves Ted. Joining us from Bachelor headquarters is, I'm sorry, Ted, I ruined your intro. I apologize.
I'm like, did I miss something?
No,
Where's
you
the
didn't.
Three-way date.
No, it was something else. Okay, Ted, before date number 3 with Susie, Clayton has a realization, an epiphany of sorts.
So we saw it there. We saw he's in love with Rachel. He's in love with Gabby, but then he comes to the realization, aha, I love Susie the most. So they go on this date to the spa where he tortures her by going outside in the bitter cold. They're in Iceland, by the way. She's cold, then she's hot, then they're making out. You know, they're doing things, you know, to get themselves in the mood for him to eventually say, you know, the big words.
The big words, I love you or I'm cold.
Right.
Yeah.
So, okay, so
Does he tell her that he loves her?
Yes, and he's like very nervous because he's like, this is the one I love the most. So he tells her, but she has a problem because she doesn't want to be with someone who has been intimate with other people in the fantasy suites.
What?
To which he goes, you should have told me that before it happened. Here's the clip.
No one told me I had to go sleep with somebody, okay? Like I was having feelings of love with this person, and I slept with them because I love this person. So I'm gonna like see like how the physical connection is, because like you would just explore that. If you were in love with somebody, then you would explore that. It wasn't like I was just sleeping with somebody because I'm like, they're here,
Right.
so I'm just gonna sleep with them.
That.
So me sleeping with both was because I've somehow fallen in love with 3 women, and it makes 0 sense to me.
Why doesn't Florida have a problem with that? Anyway, okay, so Ted, clear this up for the audience at home. So did he dump her or did she dump him?
Well, she's like, I can't get over the fact that you slept with these other 2 women. And he goes, I don't understand how you can't get into the fantasy suite with me and we'll work it out. So then she basically dumps him, but he throws her in the car and she's like, I ruined everything. So it was like the other one was blaming the other one for dumping them.
Next week's the finale, thank goodness. What should we expect?
This looks epic. Here is a very quick teaser. Roll it.
I want to be fully transparent. I am in love with each of you.
Welcome to the rose ceremony from hell.
And I also was intimate with both of you.
Wait a minute. We gotta go. Did the announcer really say welcome to the rose ceremony from hell?
Yes.
Oh, God. Again. Come on, Florida. You have a problem with me, but not that? Anyway.
So stay tuned. Rose ceremony from hell is next week.
Thank you, buddy. Peace out. We'll be right back. Back in a moment. Oh, criminy niddles.
Can we take this? Are you good? Maybe don't grab a handful of Cheez-Its before you have to talk.
I was eating Cheez-Its. It's time for the world's shortest segment. Will Ferrell hits the court last night as one of his famous movie characters. Will dressed up as his character, Jackie Moon, from the movie Semi-Pro. They have the Golden State Warriors game. He came out for warm-ups trying to pump up the players who certainly got a kick out of it. Will showed off his skills as well, hitting a shot from near half court. It must be a good luck charm because listen to this, the Warriors won. We'll be back with the surprise goodbye. Whoa! Right after this, back in a moment. He's
Got him. He's ready.
And we're back.
Just like that.
Wrapping things up today. It is time for the surprise goodbye. Okay, here we go. Today, an unfortunate moment caught on tape during a news conference in Australia. And watch the guy on the left.
There was a program that the state government...
Oh no! Oh, Mikey!
Oh, crikey. Crikey is right. Because an owl pooped on the jacket of the sign language interpreter during a government news conference in Brisbane. Like a pro, he removed his jacket, cleaned the poop off his face, and kept working. Oh my
so much.
goodness. And that was a lot.
That was a big owl.
That was a giant owl.
It sprayed his face.
That poor guy.
I like the guy you ended up stopping. You're like, oh.
Crikey. I just love the woman. Oh, crikey. Crikey.
I'm going to fold that into my average
I know.
speaking. I like it. Yeah.
I had an owl poop on me. Fantastic. Tomorrow on the show, Dax Holt is back and he's talking celebrity conspiracy theories. So grab the aluminum foil and put it on your head because we're talking. You're not a conspiracy theorist, are you?
No.
I have people that are in my life.
Especially these days.
Yeah, stay off the TikTok. Anyway, that's going to do it for us. As I said at the top of the broadcast, this one is dedicated to Justin. If you're a kid out there and you're being bullied, you go out there and be yourself, because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Nobody. Thank you for watching, everybody. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.